Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Let's Cry Together, where you're not required to cry, but if you want to, you definitely don't have to do it alone. We are bringing back another special guest, somebody I love so much. This is my girl. I love her, one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. Keeyawn, how are ya?
Hey.
No, but for real though. No, I really do love her. She is literally near and dear to my heart, and we just been locked in for a really long time. So I'm gonna let her tell a little bit about herself first, and then we can get into like our relationship.
Hey. Like she said, my name is Keeyawn at Monroe_99.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit about me. I work with kids, teenagers. Yeah, teenagers. In school, clinical mental health, master's, woot woot. I will be done this year.
Period.
God willing. Amen. Hallelujah.
Congratulations.
Hallelujah. Thank you. That's about it. Work and school.
Yeah, she's very creative. She makes a lot of things. She writes poetry.
Okay,
she
yes.
makes art. She paints.
I do like to paint. Love to paint. I love writing poetry, but I really love performing poetry. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's about it.
Okay, so how do we know each other? We used to go to school together when we were in like the 8th grade.
So hold on. Because are we going to talk about how things were when we first?
Oh yeah, I was actually about to get into
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure we were being honest.
We met in 8th grade. We had like maybe 1 or 2 classes together, but I refused to talk to her. We even were like in groups together.
Yes.
I feel like a couple of times.
Yeah, a lot of times actually.
And I just wouldn't talk to her.
She would just be like, I don't know.
I always thought she was cool, but I just was like, But I was quiet. I was really
You were
reserved.
just quiet, but like you were funny because I remember we used to be laughing, but like it would just be like pulling teeth, trying to get you to talk.
Yeah, sorry.
But, we're here now.
We are. We got closer in, 9th grade. Then they was
for sure.
coming over our house all the time. We used to watch
Empire.
shows. Yeah.
Empire and Star.
Yep, Empire and Star.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. There's so much. I always say she was the first friend who, cared. We used to talk, do our little car talks when we were younger.
Yes.
She was asking me all the questions, and we was just always checking in.
Your memory is so much better with all that, though. I just feel like it was just, normal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I think it was probably normal for you because you may have had other friends that you did that with versus, me. I didn't really have friends back in, I had school friends, but nothing outside of. So I feel like maybe that's why it was so, important.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we've been locked in ever since. Went to college, went our separate ways, but we still, was cool. No.
I hate how y'all say that, though.
That's not what I was saying. I'm saying we went to do different colleges is what I was saying.
Yeah.
But we did. We want to get into it because we said we were being honest.
But, okay.
We didn't talk as much when we went to college. We were supposed to have, Sunday, check-ins. And we did it sometimes, but we didn't do it as much. But then I think, towards, maybe junior year.
Sophomore year.
Yeah, sophomore year, I feel like.
Fashion show was when?
Yeah, sophomore year.
Please.
Was it?
But I don't know. But every time we would go back home, we would definitely.
Yeah, we was always kicking it or just seeing each other. So it was never no love lost or we didn't lose any time together for real. It was just we were in different places at different times doing our own thing.
Exactly.
And then we came back home.
Here we are
Today. Locked in.
Worked together.
Oh yeah, we did. We worked together. That was great. Loved that.
Best
I would work with her again for sure.
Yeah. Especially, because you love the kids.
Yeah.
It ain't just I'm just doing this just good. No, we both had a passion for the same stuff.
Yeah, we did. And it worked well. We helped each other out, all that stuff. You came to my class all the time, chopped it up, talked and stuff. So that was good.
Yeah.
We could run that back. When you become a therapist and I become whatever Well, I'm gonna open my little,
Actually, it could work.
So you could come in. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. But the first thing we do is we do a question of the episode. So this is just a time for me and her to share our opinion about this question, but also it's a time for you guys to just drop your answers in the comments. Tell us how you feel about this question or what you think. So our question is, if grief could talk, what would it say and how would it sound?
Okay. Well, the sound. Okay, I feel like it will sound like one of them. I don't know the TikTok sound that it is, but whatever the one scary sound is, I don't know. Come on, you're supposed to be helping me out. What song?
The scary sound?
Yes, on TikTok.
Is it like that deep voice?
Yeah, like the
oh.
Yes, exactly like that. Yeah.
Okay, that makes so much sense, actually.
And then you said, what would it say? Let me think about that. You answer a part. Let me think about that.
For me, I think grief would sound like a whisper. I think. Well, actually, before I answer that, why do you think it would sound like what you said?
I mean, just because it's deep. It's deep. It's full. It's up and down. It's
Okay.
Like trembling almost.
Yeah.
And what I was gonna say, like what does it say was quiet, but I'm like, that don't really make sense. But like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's more so kind of like the feeling.
Yeah.
In a way.
Okay. That makes sense. Trembling was a really good word, because when I first heard that sound, I was like, oh shoot. Like, not a lot of sounds like scare me, but that one was like, oh. Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, I said it would be a whisper because I feel like grief is very quiet, even though it's like it can be heavy and it can it can consume you. I feel like it often creeps in, like when you think you're okay, it quietly just somewhere random, just like, creeps in somewhere. And then also sometimes the cause of grief is unexpected. Yeah. So like that's why I feel like it's also quiet, because it can be abrupt. Like it can just be something that you don't plan on like necessarily feeling or whatever.
For sure.
I don't know, what would it say?
Never ending, I would say.
Yeah, the crazy thing, what was in my head was I'm here, like, and like here to stay, because I mean it may look different as time goes on, but it doesn't ever really go anywhere.
It doesn't. Okay, a little poetry. We'll put that down. A little line. Little line.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a good question.
If you guys didn't remember what the question is, it's if grief could talk, what would it say and how would it sound? Feel free to drop your answer in the comments, on Instagram, something like that. But our first real question is, what is the scariest part about like healing and like moving forward? You can talk about grief or you can talk about just trauma, just in general.
Probably the how. Like, how.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because, like, it's either way, it's still there. Like, one of my favorite quotes, easier said than done. Yeah. So, it's just the how are we going to keep going? How am I going to navigate? Because it's always going to be here. Yeah. It's kind of just learning how to live with stuff. Yeah. And how am I supposed to do that?
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. And I think the how for a lot of things is like the scary part. Because it's like, okay, how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do that? But like with something that you literally know is never going to go anywhere, it's like, well, how do I literally alter my life to be able to like live with this thing that is never going to change? And I mean, if we want to be honest, it's going to continue happening because that's just a part of like the cycle of life. So it's just going to, I guess, grow in a sense.
Or even I kind of think of like piling on top, but not necessarily like in a negative way, but just like, okay, life, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened, good, like, just all experiences, not necessarily good or bad, but just like piling on top of just what is already there. But it's still there, like it's still a hole in that, foundation. Yeah, that makes sense. What would be the scariest part for me about moving forward?
I think the longer it is, well, with trauma, okay, I'm speaking just about grief, but
Okay.
I think the longer it is, the harder it is to remember things that you would have remembered because it was constantly in your face. You know,
Yeah.
like that person or that thing or whatever the case may be. Because I don't think grief is only like for when people like pass away or anything. I think you can lose a lot of things.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But yeah, I think not even forgetting, but it's just like, I don't know. It's no constant reminder of some things. So then it's like, it's just not as clear anymore. Yeah. And then you can't make anything new after you lose something. So then I think that's what like keeps certain like things alive. Like like our relationship, obviously, like we continue to like build our relationship. Therefore, like I'm never gonna forget all of these other things. Or like, you know, you're just in my face.
Right.
But if you weren't, like if we weren't friends or something, like it would be hard to just remember all of these everything, you know, because we talk often enough to reminisce about different things and stuff. So
and to keep bringing it back up. But
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
yeah,
But that's why I'm just so thankful for technology, at least the good part of it. Like, I'm able to listen to people's voice who have passed away.
Yeah.
I'm able to watch videos. Like, I just thank God for that. Because if I would have lost this phone, I mean, I don't know. Because, like, the messages and stuff, don't messages go away? Like, with them?
well, I think you can keep them. You can like, it's a setting.
Yeah, but technology saves us.
Yeah,
real.
for sure. And I agree because, I don't know. I realized, like, with Uncle Rob, I didn't have a whole lot of pictures.
Yeah.
And so, like, now I can't get any. And, like, once he passed away, I was like, okay, pictures are going to be a thing. Like,
Oh
I
my
have to
gosh,
make sure
yes.
that I get as many pictures with people as I can because those are all that you're going to have. If, you know, God forbid somebody, like,
Oh my
leaves,
gosh, yes.
like, you're only going to have that. And like that gift I got of me and him, I was like, you know, that was created and that's something I don't have.
Yes.
Like I have a couple, like, you know, but they're hard to find. But yeah, I think technology definitely is great
Yeah.
because you need those pictures, and especially like the voicemails and not voicemails.
Well, no, I got a couple of voicemails like from my mentor, Miss Darlene. I have a voicemail from her.
Yeah.
So, girl, even the voicemails.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it'd be crazy because, like, if you looked at our messages, there's, like, voicemail after voicemail. So, like, I just know, like, with my friends, I mean, we voice memo the most, but, like, with my friends, I know, like, if anything were to ever happen, Lord God, please don't.
Please.
But I got voicemail after voicemail. Like, it is actually insane.
Enough memory.
Yes.
Enough.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So what would you say has been the hardest part day to day?
Like, as far as grief specifically?
Oh, whichever one you want to talk about. Let's go grief.
Yeah, I'll take grief. I mean, I would just say the talking to the person, like. But then again, I don't know. I guess for me, I would say, like, because with Erica, it's like the kids.
Yeah.
Like, knowing that our day-to-day, yes, it looks different, but, like, at that time, at their age, of course, you know, they had their parents right there. So,
Right.
just thinking about that, like, that's the hardest for me day-to-day. Knowing that I'm waking up and I'm still like, oh, hey, mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, Nana, Papa, it's not the same.
Yeah.
So, that's probably the hardest.
Knowing that it affected her children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And having to watch that, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were so young, so it's like, you know, they're going to grow up and, I mean, your niece was very young.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the fact that she still remembers or still says stuff is crazy. She still be, like, you know, remembering certain things about them. Or, oh, you know, that's my mommy's. Or, oh, I'm like, girl, how you?
Yeah.
Like, you know, that still. Like,
And-
you're 3 years old.
Yeah, I was about to say, she was really young.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's good, and it's crazy what kids can remember, especially at that age. But it's good that she has, like, you know, something, you know, good memories about them. And I mean, I know y'all talk about them often. I think sometimes the hardest part is, like, it doesn't feel real. So, like, obviously, like, those things are, like, on your mind all the time, but, like, not at the forefront. So then, like, for Uncle Rob, like, sometime over in my mom's neighborhood is where he lived at. So then there's other people who, like, just tall, dark-skinned men who kind of, like, favor him a little bit, like, their walk and stuff like that. So, you know, when something's not on the forefront of your mind, and then it's like you almost forget that they're not here. So then, like, sometimes I'll be driving and I'll, like, pull up over there and I'll see like a tall, slender man who has, like, a similar walk, and I'm like, and then, like, I'm like, oh, like, I know that's not it. I know that's not it. So I think that part of, like, just getting so caught up in, like, your regular life that you forget that they're not here anymore. Even though you know that, but it's like, I don't know. It just don't be feeling like real, I guess.
In the time, like in my head, I mean, like, obviously I know with Uncle Rob has been longer. Yeah. But, like, either way, like, for both, like, the time, it just doesn't feel
like it's been that long
at all. Yeah. Like,
it literally feels like yesterday.
Talking right now about it's just like, who are we talking about? Like, are we talking about, you know, Uncle? Are we talking about my sister? Like, that's just, it doesn't feel real. Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't. And I don't know if it ever will, which I guess that's a good thing. Or, like, maybe it's not. But, like,
I mean, yeah, it could be either one.
I don't know.
I mean, because I feel like it's been accepted. Like, I mean, at least speaking for myself, like, I've accepted. But, like, still just disbelief. Just like, what?
Yeah.
Who?
When? Yeah.
Where? Why?
For sure.
Like, all that.
So, obviously, we both have lost people in our lives. So, I've lost my uncle, you lost your sister. What is that like losing a sibling? Because I think a lot of people don't, especially so young. Yeah. You're young, she was young, her children are young. I feel like a lot of people don't experience that. So, what would you...
Oh, I'm sorry. I was about to say something else.
I did just stop. Sorry. No, like, what would you say? Like, how can you describe that feeling of just, like, losing a sibling?
I mean, that... Tears. Yeah. Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah. Understatement.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like every word that you can think of, but an understatement of that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, compile all together and it's still not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. What... okay, so... we're going to, like, segue into talking about how we dealt with other people's, like, traumas and stuff. So, like, I watched you deal with that, but also you had to watch your siblings and your mom and your dad kind of deal with that. So, like, what would you say as far as, like, how, like, for your mom? Because I had to watch Nana lose her child. Mm-hmm. And so, like, we can kind of, like, relate on that, like, having to just kind of sit back. And, like, of course, you were sad. I was sad about, you know, the people that we lost. But then we had to watch their parent lose someone. So, like, what do you feel like that was like?
I mean, I kind of say, like, a out-of-body experience. Yeah. Not every time, because sometimes it was just, like... I just feel bad, like, just, but then other times it was like, oh my gosh, like, that's really your child, like, you birthed that child, like, you pushed her head out, all, like, you did all of that. Yeah. And to not have that anymore is just, like, you know, again, disbelief. So just watching that was just out-of-body experience. But I don't know, you just feel, like I said, you just feel bad, like, you feel like, kind of like, yeah, you know, that's, you know, like, yeah, I know that's my mom, but it's kind of just like almost a stranger. Yeah. Like, just observing, like, oh, like, you know, I feel bad for her. Like, that's sad. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree because with the out-of-body experience part of it, because, I don't know, I feel like I've seen people sad before, but I've never seen anybody, like, heartbroken. Like, I've never seen anybody until then. Or, yeah. Like, I've seen people hurt. Like, really hurt. but I've never seen nobody like heartbroken. And I watched Nana go through losing her dad, and like I was young, but like, you know, obviously I was still very aware of what was happening, and like I remember the day that it happened and like how she responded to it. But with Uncle Rob, it was just like, I don't know, it was just so like different, because I don't know, it was almost like you literally could just feel that she lost a part of her. And like the way that it happened was just crazy in itself. But like they kind of like waited to like confirm that he had passed at the house. So then when we got to, so that gave a little bit of hope, which I wish they would have never done, because they knew then
already, right?
Yeah, but now we riding like, okay, well, y'all ain't say it now, so we all thinking like, you know, okay, well, maybe, you know, things will turn around. But then when we got there, that's when they kind of told us, and I feel like she was kind of in the same position I was in. Like, it was like, okay, well, God, you know, you could do a big one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm praying, she praying, like, everybody praying. Like, so we had, like, this little bit of hope. But then when they told her, like, and it's crazy because I can remember, like, certain parts of, I can remember the whole day. But the way, I don't know, and this is why I say, like, heartbreak, because the way her screams were just, like, I don't know, like, it just sounded like something was leaving. You know, like, I don't know. But I just feel like,
perfect. The way you're describing it is perfect.
Yeah. So I just feel like, I don't know, it was just, that was the hardest part to me. And then that night, like, she just sat and she just looked, I've never seen her look defeated before. But it was like she just looked, she was there, but she wasn't. Like, you could tell she was in an out-of-body experience as well. So, I don't know. That was the hardest part, I think. Watching somebody go through something that you can't, like, help them with. You can't solve. You can't say anything. You can't do anything. Yeah.
Can't replace.
Yeah. Ever.
So, with that, but just in that whole moment, since you kind of went through the day just a little bit.
Yeah.
How were you feeling in that moment? I mean, you described her. I mean, I can imagine you kind of felt the same way because, you know, you were there with her. Well,
when I first got there, I was the first one in there. So that whole thing kind of just took me by surprise, just in general. Because what I thought I was walking into is not what I walked into. So, and I hate this, but like the image is very vivid. And I wish it wasn't, because I wish there was another way that I could, like, remember, you know, like, and I remember him, of course, but like that image is the image that is like imprinted in my mind. And at his funeral, like, I didn't walk up to the casket. I just don't like doing stuff like that. So that's not an image that I have either. But that one image is the one. But I don't know. I feel like in the midst of like the immediate situation, I was just like, I don't know, I was almost confused. Like, I knew what was happening, but like I was like hopeful, and I was believing that God was gonna do something. But then also I knew it was serious enough to where I had to do things that I hated that I had to do. So like I called on Hopi, because my mom is literally in there giving her brother CPR. Like, so I'm calling her, but then I remember her face, like when she came up, like, you know how kids draw like a sad face? Her, but like with the mouth open, like literally upside down. Like, I genuinely, that was what her face looked like. And she was on the phone like, Kyla, stop playing. I'm like, bro, I'm not. Like, I would never play about something like that. And she came rushing over, like, I don't know. So I
forgot you were making those calls.
Yeah, I called his son.
Yeah, I forgot.
And I had to tell his son, like, hey, your dad just passed away. Like, so, I don't know.
It's a whole nother layer.
It was like I was sad, of course. I was upset.
Yeah.
Because I tell people all the time, I pray like I have never prayed before in my life. And faith the size of a mustard seed, it was big.
Okay.
It was not the size of a mustard seed. It was huge. It was huge. And so when it didn't go as planned, I think I was angry. Because I'm like, bro, like, I literally just trusted in you. I believe that you will be able to do what I said, what I was asking for. You didn't. You made a choice not to. And, like, why would you do that? But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I was a little numb. Because, like I said, I had to do things that I didn't want to have to do.
Yeah.
But also, I knew that there were people who had closer relationships with him than I did. His mom, his siblings, all of that stuff. So, like, I just knew how hard is it to have to give your own sibling CPR? To pick your sibling up off a bed and put him on the floor and give him CPR. Like,
oh my goodness.
That's hard. So I'm like, I mean, I know I can be sad. Yeah. But, like, my mama, like, what's going on with my mom? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy work.
Yes.
So, I don't know. I feel like I had a lot of emotions. A lot of, like, I don't know. I feel like I was all over the place.
So you feel like, did your emotions and stuff get lost in the sauce?
You saying between, like, everyone else?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they got lost in the sauce.
Okay.
I genuinely do feel like we were all feeling together, like, just all at the same time. Yeah, I don't feel like they got lost in the sauce. Okay. I think maybe on some occasions we all were pushing them under the rug, but not necessarily lost in the sauce. Yeah. Because when I got by myself, I do feel like I was able to release, like, for real. Okay. Because my mom had left at one point. It was recently, like, right after. She was like, "You gonna be okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I wasn't. I was on the floor, scream crying. But I feel like it was very needed because I was trying to be, you know, whatever for everybody else. So, yeah.
Time.
Yeah. What? How do you feel like you felt that day?
Not there. Like, I was in a movie.
Yeah.
But I was, same thing, like, I was just thinking about everybody else. Thinking about my nephew, because he saw. Thinking about Giselle, because she was right there when everything was going on. Like, yeah. So really just not there, honestly. And it was just a lot of commotion. So some of the stuff kind of, I mean, it wasn't funny, but, like, there was a lot of stuff going on that day, if you remember everything. So it was kind of, I was happy I was able to, like, get my mind up off of it by people just acting crazy. So.
Yeah. At what point do you feel like you were able to, like, focus on your own, like, emotions and stuff?
The way there. I mean, kind of. I would say the way there. And then, I don't know. It probably got pushed off for a while just because I was thinking about the kids. But yeah, it was probably pushed off for a little while. A little while meaning, I don't know. But a little while meaning enough time went past to where I needed to sit down. But I definitely cried a lot. Yeah. It just, I didn't allow myself to, like, sit down, scream, cry. Like, I didn't do that a lot. Yeah. Until a little while after.
Yeah. And I remember us, like, having conversations about, like, for both situations, like, you know, make sure you cry. Like, if you feel like you need to cry, we do that still. But if you feel like you need to cry, like, do it.
Let it out.
Like, don't hold on to it. It's, for one, not going to do you any good. But, you know, it's necessary. It's needed. Yeah. Especially for a situation like that. So how do you feel like, because I feel like you were there for me. I was there for you. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel like you navigated, like, other people's trauma? It could be anything.
Well, speaking on you, I mean, as far as the deaths for you, like, oh my gosh, because I feel like once they passed away, once Eric and Jeff passed away, kind of, for you, it was just like, everybody was, I mean, I know people had passed away before, yes, but, like, after that, it was just like 2022, 2023, 2024, it just, I felt like for you, I was just like, I don't know what to do with her. How many times I'm about to keep telling this girl I'm sorry for her loss and
Yeah.
pat her on the back and like, oh my gosh, what can I even do when I don't even know what to say for myself? Like,
Yeah.
I have one, you have 10 compared. I mean, and not literally, but like that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Like every other month. So it was just hard just being in that space too because it was like we're dealing with the same thing.
Yeah.
On top of that, like, I mean, that should bring people closer, and it did. But like that should like we should know what to say to each other, bounce off of each other. But it was like, girl, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So it was just like, I don't know, that was hard trying to be there for you with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you did a great. You did a great job, and it's crazy because like I can remember certain moments where I was like, wow, like.
Girl, don't remember.
And you know what's crazy?
Don't remember.
So Auntie Ken one time, her dad passed away, and we went to his funeral, and literally all of her friends were there. Like, and that day I was like, if I ever lose somebody who's close to me like that, I would want my friends to show up for me that way. And I just feel like in all of those moments, you didn't fail. Like,
girl, I was trying.
Every single time, it was like, she's here. Like, she's showing up, and you weren't even living here at the time. When Uncle Rob passed away, we talked, you texted, you called, but then I had to do a poem at his funeral. Yeah. And I was like, hey, like, I have to do this.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to be hard.
Very.
Can you do it for me if I can't do it for myself? Like, if I can't do it. And you didn't hesitate. You were like, yeah, I got it. But
thank God.
but I stood there, and you stood right next to me. You stood there. You did the poem. I did the poem, but you were there, like, physically for me. And I just feel like, and it's crazy because I got in the car afterwards, and I was in the car with Nana, I think. And I was like, bruh, I said, I love all of my friends. But Keeyawn really, like, that was the hardest moment of my life, to have to get there and stand over somebody that I love and say a word.
I don't know how you did it.
I was really like, bro, if she never came through for me before, she 100% did this time. And then another time where I was like, I had just got back from a funeral from somebody that I worked with, and you were.
Oh my gosh, yes. Dang.
I had to come back to work, and this was in the midst of like funeral after funeral after funeral after funeral.
Remember.
And I just walked in there, and my class was bad that year,
Bang.
so I already was like just mentally like OMG, but the fact that I had to go and watch somebody else get buried and had to come back to work, and she just came in, she knew I had come back, and I turned around and she said, Kylie, you need to whatever, and I was like, I think I'm good, or whatever I said, and I just turned around, instant tears and she stood there, did whatever she needed to do for my class, and once I pulled it together, she was like, okay, and I was like, okay. But I genuinely appreciate you, because I don't know of anybody else who has ever shown up for me in that way.
Girl.
Like, even family. Like, there has been so many times where, like, you have shown up and I'm like, bro, like, I literally love this girl so much, because,
girl,
like,
I love you too.
There's I don't know. Nobody else has ever shown up like that. So, shout out to you.
I can say the same for you. Girl, that car ride. Oh my gosh. I don't even got to get into that. That was just.
Yeah.
This allowed me to be. Y'all, when I say I probably repeated the same phrase over and over when she drove me back to Dayton. We were in Hocking Hills when I found out my sister and her boyfriend passed away. She drove me back in, 12 hours? It was a span of. We drove
there that night, and then you got a call like in the middle of the night. Yeah, like in the morning.
Yeah, and then drove literally right after. I probably repeated the same thing. Like, I don't know how many times I kept saying. I don't even know what I was saying. Both of them. I probably said that so many times.
Yeah.
And I know you were probably like, why does she keep saying the same thing? I mean, I know you really weren't, but it was just like, you were there that whole entire time. And after. And, girl, a list. Girl, a list. So, I love you.
I love you. Too. I love you back. I love you back. But, yeah. That was, so, to answer the question that I asked you, that was I feel like I've watched you go through different things.
Too much.
Lots of different things. I think the car ride was so hard.
Yeah, how was that for you, right? Oh my gosh.
Because you are another person where I had to watch heartbreak. Like, I had to watch literally somebody's heart come out their chest. And I couldn't do anything but drive my car as fast as I could.
Right.
And we got pulled over. And the crazier part about that is, as we were going, like, it wasn't confirmed for a while.
Yeah.
But then once it was confirmed, it's like soon after we got pulled over. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't anything that I had said out loud, and you hadn't necessarily said it out loud. It was just told to you. Mm-hmm. And so when we got pulled over, he's like, why are you driving so fast? And the crazy thing is, you don't realize what's like going, or I guess you don't realize what's going through someone else's head.
Yeah.
So he's asking me questions. You're like, having your moment or whatever. And I'm like, I'm about to have to confirm that her sister and her sister's boyfriend has just passed away as he's asking me this question. So I'm answering, but like I'm not saying it like loud enough. So he asks again, and I repeat it, and I think he asked another time, and then you said it, and I was like, dang, like I didn't want to have to confirm it, but I hate that I didn't say it loud enough. So then she had to confirm it. But that was probably that was so difficult to just watch you go through, because I never wanted to ever see you hurt like that. So the fact that you were, and like I couldn't do anything, was like.
And you did do something.
I mean, yes, but I couldn't.
You definitely did, because
I couldn't solve it for you.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't make you feel like any better, and I feel like we have been that for each other, like lots of times. Where, like you call me, oh Kyle, da da da. Yeah. Like, oh, thank you for your words. I call you, all that stuff. But in this moment, there was literally nothing I could do to make you feel any different type of way. And then also, I mean, I have love for you. I love your sister.
Yeah.
Like, so like I was feeling feelings of my own, but then also like, like I don't know. That was very, 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 very hard. And then I think, we spent a lot of time together after that. Mm-hmm. And like that was hard too, because you had like, Jewel's there and like all that stuff. So like, I don't know. That was just
a lot.
It was very hard, and it wasn't hard like doing it. Like that was the easy part, but just like. But
I mean, that could be hard too, though, because I mean that is hard. Like.
No, I loved you, so I didn't like. That was not. That wasn't hard. Like I didn't care about being at your house, or I didn't care about that stuff wasn't hard for me. But it was just I can't do anything. Like I can just be here, and that's it.
And then you didn't even cry in front of me, for real. I don't think you really cried.
And you asked me. Yeah. You said, "Why haven't you cried about it?" And I was like, I don't know what I said, but I know what I
gotta remain strong. I think you said something like that.
I probably did. But the crazy thing is, when we were staying at your mom's house, and I had left to go get y'all some food.
Oh yeah.
I cried then because I was able to like, I don't know. Maybe that's a sick thing to do, like to be trying to be like whatever.
Yeah, we're supposed to cry together.
I mean, yes, but that was your sister.
So. In the car, you weren't crying?
I think I did cry in the car when we like first found out and everything. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, so when you were going through your things, anything, what was the thing that helped you the most? You can speak from anyone, but you can also talk about us too. So like just separate.
I would say just the check-ins, like the specific check-ins. like being intentional about like what you're specifically asking,
Mm-hmm.
like what, and that's just like for most people, like most of my friends. How are you doing with grief, or how are you dealing with this specifically? Like,
Yeah.
not just how you doing, because I'm just be like, I'm cool,
Yeah.
life happens, whatever, but just those check-ins of just being specific were the main thing. And the random like conversations not about it, like, because obviously we knew what it was about, like, whatever I was going through at the time, we knew that was an elephant in the room, but it wasn't. Like, that's the main focus. Like, everybody's looking at me with puppy eyes, like, they're treating me normal, like, nothing happened, but not in a way of neglecting everything that I've went through, but just, like, girl, what you doing? Like, regular conversation.
Treat me like you would normally treat me.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying something like that when you came back from Toledo, and you were like, everybody just keeps like,
oh my gosh,
asking me, or keeps like, Keeyawn, I'm so sorry, whatever, and you were like, bro, like, I just want to be regular, like, I just like, can we just act like, this is not the thing, like, this doesn't have to be the topic of conversation all the time. And I feel that because it's like I'm already thinking about it enough,
right?
So it's like I don't need you to keep like asking me or bringing it back up, because I'm like, I'm just trying to get back to regular program.
Take me out to eat or something,
right?
Like, let's do something fun.
No, for real. I think definitely the check-ins for me is a thing too. I think when Uncle Rob passed away, you started asking me, how's your mental, how's your, all of that stuff. What was it? Mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, something like that. And like we still ask those questions sometimes. But I think I realized it allowed for me not to just be like, oh yeah, I'm good. Because that's a lie. Not good. But yeah, so I think that was definitely it. And then also, I just think being in my face, it doesn't have to, like you said, it doesn't have to be that about that. Like, we don't have to talk about that. But, like, whenever I'm feeling away or, like, something's happened or, whatever, I feel like I'm the type of person who wants, like, physical closeness. So, I feel like that definitely is something that helped me, like, navigate.
Yeah, for sure.
We could just watch TV. We can just, our shows or like
just
something.
Chill.
Just relax, just chill, and still do the things that would typically be done. Like, if we cook, make food, like all that stuff. Like, you like cooking, like that type of stuff. We don't have to just be sad and mopey. We can. But we don't have to. But also, one other thing that I think you did, you don't ever let me like run from anything. So like I remember I think it was the first year that Uncle Rob passed away. We had to go and talk at that thing for we did that presentation. You don't remember?
At the church?
No. At freaking
at the restaurant?
No, the pink building we went to. It's like when people run away or like they don't have houses.
Oh,
or
with
whatever.
the little girls? Oh.
There was a guy in there.
Oh.
You don't remember we did the art, we painted and everything? It was on Hopi's friend, and she asked us to come and talk. We did a little thing.
I think
whatever, it doesn't matter. I didn't realize, well, I knew that the date that we picked was his date that he had passed away. And you were like, are you sure you want to do it? I'm like, I mean, it's cool. Like, it's whatever. We went, we did it, and then I was good, like, well, I was, like, lying. Yeah. I was faking. But I was good enough to do the thing. We got back to your house, and we were talking. I think me, you, and maybe it was Lashar or somebody else was there talking. And you just kept looking at me. I'm like, bro, like, I wish this girl would just leave me alone. Like, I've been faking long enough. I can fake enough to go home. I remember. Yes. Yeah. Like, and then we got up to your room, and you was like, okay. So I know that you don't feel good today. And I mean, not that you forced it out, because you didn't force it, but you weren't going to let me, like, ignore it. And I think that was really helpful, too, because you were like, yeah. And you just sat there, and you just held me, and I just cried, and you talked, and you were like, I know you want me to shut up. And I'm like, girl, nobody told you to shut up. Keep going. But, yeah. So I think all of those things are. And
I'm sure I saw it in you that day, like, probably just could see the sadness in you.
Yeah. It was there, for sure. Yeah. What do you feel like remains unsaid?
What you talking about, Willis?
Is there anything you wish you could have said before, like in any of those situations, any situation that you've experienced, any of your traumas, anything? Do you feel like to the person, to the people, whatever, do you feel like there's anything that you wish you just could have said?
Oh, I feel like with all the people who passed away, I probably just wish I could have told them I loved them again, just one last time.
Yeah.
No specific words. I feel like not everything needed to be said to everyone who passed away, but like they all were good memories, good things said. So it's not like I could, I don't want to change that at all. I want to add to it, way more things, activity,
right,
memories, but. To my assaulters, no, nothing actually.
Really?
I mean, maybe the first one, but honestly, not even trying to be funny. I feel like something was wrong with him. Like and I feel like I done said that before. Like he was a little off, and that's not an excuse at all. But that's just like. Well, if anything, you need to go get some help.
Yeah.
You need to go get some help. Maybe in a mental institution. Maybe under the cell, under the jail. But yeah, nothing really to say, honestly. No.
That's surprising because I feel like in that type of situation, like assault, sexual assault, I feel like people would have something to say. So do you feel like you've said it all, or you just genuinely feel like there's nothing to say, and not necessarily said it all to them, obviously, but like
yeah, I mean, I feel like yes, I've said it all, and genuinely, there's just nothing to say. I mean, a whole lot of FUs, but nothing that they could really take with them.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, I'm just trying to pray for y'all. I mean, I just feel like, and maybe that's just me now. Before, it probably was not like that. But just this age, years have passed. It's just like, I don't have nothing to say. I could say a lot about the situation.
Right, yeah.
But, like, specifically to them, nothing. I feel like they don't even though I know they're not getting that, but, like, nothing.
Yeah, yeah. So what would you say to you, like, in that moment? Or, like, you know what I'm saying?
Probably just it'll all make sense one day. So, more so just, like, the stuff that I'm doing now with kids and people in general, not even just kids, because, we helping everybody out here.
Right.
So, it all makes sense. Like, you'll be able to relate with, your clients and people you come in contact with on a deeper level. Like, you could honestly feel where they're coming from.
Right.
Not just, I can imagine, like, no, like, I can feel, like, exactly what you're saying. So I can relate with you more and try to direct you in a way that can help. Or just be that listening ear, that we have that connection regardless, that you could feel that I've gone through the same thing.
Right, yeah. More understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. What about to someone, like, to yourself, like, when you lost your mentor, like, your sister, or anything like that, what would you say to yourself in those moments?
It's going to be okay. And I say with the grief, because, grief, I hate death, I hate grief, I hate all of it, because there's really nothing you can say. There's no fixing, there's no moving on.
Yeah.
There's healing. But I know it's going to be okay regardless of the fact. Like, that's probably what I would have said. It's going to be okay. And I feel like that's what I heard Erica saying around that time. Like, it's okay. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And it is. Sucks.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it is okay.
Yeah. I would just tell myself, as much as I didn't like it, as much as it did suck, it was in God's plan.
Mm.
And also, he doesn't have to experience, like, the things that he was experiencing anymore. So, in hindsight,
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Even though we lost him, you know, he's not experiencing all this other stuff. But also, I can't make those decisions. So,
Yeah.
like, I didn't do anybody a disservice. Like, my prayer didn't suck. You
Yeah.
know, like, my prayer was still good.
Yes, it
It
worked.
just, it didn't have anything to do with me.
Way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll say. Because I was mad. I was big mad.
So when do you feel like you stopped being mad? Like, and how did you stop being mad? When and how?
I tell people I stopped talking to God for like 6 months. Didn't pray. Didn't do anything. Because I was like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But I think once I realized, like, God, he would be here still dealing with mental health issues, still dealing with all of those things. And now he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
So, like, yes, he passed away. That's a horrible thing. But also, he doesn't have to, you know, like, he doesn't have to deal with all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think once I realized that, and I also realized, like, you know, it wasn't that it wasn't that God didn't answer your prayer. It was just, this is what was supposed to happen.
Yes,
so,
man.
yeah. So, because I think that's how I was looking at it. Like, well, why didn't you answer my prayer? Like, why didn't you hear me? Why didn't, you know, whatever. And that wasn't the case. It was just, that wasn't what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, I heard you, but...
Yeah, I had to do something different.
Exactly.
And I genuinely do think that, you know, as much as, like you said, it sucks, you know, how you said, like, you can relate to other people now. Like, I can do the same, or, like, I understand, or, like, the things that he experienced, I can talk to other people about, like,
yeah.
well, if you go do this might happen, you know, like, hey, this person don't, you know, like, I feel like I can have other conversations because of, like, all of that. So, yeah. But sometimes I still be like, all right, it's a little anger there sometimes, you know?
No.
But I think that's valid. I don't think that's a bad thing.
It's not. Because I just be like, God, now you know.
That was crazy.
You see these kids down here.
Yeah.
Now, who got these kids? Or God, now you know. It happened to me one time.
Yeah.
It didn't need to happen again. But, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're humans. We can have those thoughts, I think.
You can question, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think when we question, people be like, oh, you're questioning God. But, like, no, I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, and
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
At all. So, how are you healing now? What are you doing?
I feel like I found healing through others, or I find healing through others. So, whether that be like a little small conversation with a student about, you know, whatever they're going through, or with you about, you know, whatever you're going through, just finding it through other people.
Yeah.
Trying to help them, and maybe not even helping them with words, but just listening. It kind of just, even though I know I'm not the only one who goes through things, but it's kind of just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we in this together for real. You know, we might be dealing with separate things, but no, we're in this together. We're both going through something, and we're both looking to get over that something or whatever, heal through it. Not even get over it, but get through it, really. Yeah.
Are you doing anything outside of other people to, like, heal?
Praying.
That's a great one.
Yeah, praying. That's about it. Self-care is real low these days. But I mean, you know, my self-care, I'd be saying, is like watching TV,
Being by
literally
yourself.
doing nothing, being by myself, being allowed not to talk, debriefing, like, that really is my self-care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And, you know, I really do need to go to the library and get me a book while I can.
I got some books in there if you want to look.
But are they my kind of books?
They might be. You just give them a chance.
But you know the kind of books I like?
Romance and...
Right.
I have a few. Goodness.
How
are you healing now?
And talking about it, I would say. Sorry.
Absolutely.
And talking about it. I feel like I could talk about these things more But certain stuff I don't want to take away from the person. Like, if a student is talking to me about assault, I'm not about to be like, oh yeah, I was assaulted. Like, I'm not going to do that every time. Like, sometimes if I feel like it's needed, but yeah, grief, I throw Erica in there every time. Well, not every time, but most times. Yeah, girl, I get it too. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, for real.
I have to, because I got to get that off my chest.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I agree. I think talking about it is definitely one of the things I always be trying to get my family to talk about it more.
Yeah.
But they be acting like they can't do it. But I just be like, bro, like, please, like, I need to talk about it. Yes. So, like, please. And y'all are the people. Yeah, like, y'all are the people who literally went through it with me. Gosh, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah. Because I know for a long time I didn't even know how my mom felt about, like, having to give her brother CPR. Yeah. So, once I finally got to talk to her about it, I was like, okay, like, finally, like, you know. But I think definitely talking about it, just still doing things on their, like, birthdays or, like, when they pass away, I think is healing for me because, like I said, like, sometimes you just get so caught up in life and that just, those days allow you to really just, like, I don't want to say sit in it in a bad way, but, like, sit in it, like, feel it. Like, I feel like you've been there, like, on some of them days where I'm just, like, ugh, like, all the emotions are there. So, I think continuing to do those things and not, like, just letting them go by is healing. And, yeah, I feel like I'm not in the same position as you where I can relate to people in that way as often. But when I can, it definitely is healing. Like, there was a student whose, like, mom passed, and, like, she, for whatever reason, came to talk to me, and I was like, oh, this is great, like, because I can say something to you, like, and not because my mom passed, but because, you know, I've also lost someone. So yeah, I think that's one too, but I just don't get to do that as often because we don't do the same job. But
you know, you get a little here and there.
Yeah, every now and again. Yeah, but yeah, I think that's how I'm healing now. That was my last question. Do you have any?
Well, I'm just anything else for yourself, like.
Oh, I said talking about it.
Oh.
I mean, I guess self-care, like, but I don't know. I think for me, my self-care is separate from grief. I don't feel like, maybe it's not. I don't know. My self-care is like, you know, girl, when I be making braids, I be singing. When I be singing and stuff like that, like, all of that is healing, but I think for me, it doesn't feel like it's healing that. Yeah. Like, I think self-care for me feels like it's healing other parts of me, but, like, not the, like, other traumas, I should say, but not that trauma. I feel like if I'm going to be honest, I don't know what the healing is for that. Like, I don't know what that looks like. I think so far time has been the only thing that's done anything. Yeah. But even when it hits me, it's like, okay, just kidding, time didn't do anything. So yeah, I don't know what that looks like. What do you think it looks like?
Time. Okay. I mean, yeah, because I don't think there's any answer. That's why I always say I would never be a grief counselor. Like, I don't have anything to say to that. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do think time does help. Like, it does. It eases it a little bit because every day is not a terrible day. Every day is not a day of like, oh my gosh, like yeah.
So do you think, and this is for anything that anybody's ever been through, do you think time is healing or do you think time is like a mask or like a push under the rug kind of thing?
I think it's both. But I think with grief, and I mean like, obviously assault too, but I feel like you can heal through assault. You know, with forgiving and, you know, all the things, like you could forgive, or not forgive, but you can heal through that. Versus grief, like I just keep saying over and over, like there's nothing you can do. And of course we could say the same thing about a situation, like there's nothing we could do about that situation, but with grief, you know, if we're talking about a person, you can't get that person back, so time, yes, it is masking it, but at the same time, it's just like we're just moving and living with it. Um, yeah.
So we're coexisting.
Coexisting. Thank you. That was beautiful. Yes. Coexisting with it.
Yeah, because I don't know if I think time heals. I think you can do things in time to, like, create healing. But I don't know if I think that if you're actively doing anything. Because I'm not going to lie. Like, there's lots of times where I'm not doing nothing. Like, I'm either just thinking about it or I'm not. Like, but I don't think time... Yeah. I don't think time has healed me in any way. I just think, like you said, like, I'm learning how to exist with it. So, like, yeah.
But I will say, like, doing certain things, not even certain things, but, like, doing just a whole bunch of stuff just in life, different activities, different experiences, does help. Because it's kind of just, like, I'm making sure I'm doing stuff, you know, for you, not for you, but, like, for you. Because I know you're there. I know you're here. Like, I want to make sure I'm showing out. I want to make sure I'm not giving up. I want to make sure I'm not falling short on my life.
So living.
Yeah.
To the fullest. Like,
I try to the most.
Yeah.
And try to love the most. But.
Yeah. I will say, one other thing I think that is healing me is, I think I've always loved people, but I think my view on how to do that and how much and I want it to, like, really be in your face because I don't know what tomorrow looks like. I think that's healing too because I think I don't want to say there's regrets, but, like, I feel like, you know, I could have done different things, and I don't want to have that same feeling for anyone else. So I just be like, okay, you need me to come where? I'm there.
Yeah.
You need me to do that? Got you. You need to talk? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to ever feel like, oh, I should have shown up to that, then I didn't, and then something happened. Because that's what happened. So, like, I don't know. I just don't want to do that. So I think just loving people in a different way now is healing. It also might be a lot of extra work. But I think it's worth it. Yeah.
Definitely worth it in the end.
For sure. For sure. Do you have any more questions? That was my last one.
Well, I guess it's not a question, more so just a statement, and you could bounce off whatever you want to. I feel like losing people losing people in general, but losing people who are close, for me, piggybacking off of the whole love part, like, that is what I want to do. Like, I be wanting to just give all the love, show up, show all the love, but I don't know, I just feel like sometimes grief can have the opposite effect. It's like, back up off of me, but it's not intentional, it's just like...
Because you don't want to be so in love with someone that... Yeah. Then you lose them, and then it's like, oh, it's going to hurt even more.
Yeah, it's like that. But it's like, I'm not moving. Like, and not even now, I would say, but just like, I just be wanting to just do everything and just love everything. But then I just be like... I can't.
Yeah. No, I get that. I don't know if I've ever felt that way. But, like, I understand it because it's like, when you really love something or someone and then you lose it, it's like, dang, why would I put myself in a situation to feel that same way again? Yeah.
Yeah. Love.
So do you... So how do you feel like you navigate through that? Because I think it's easy to, like, just unintentionally fall into that. So how do you feel like you are making sure that you don't? Or, like, what's the balance, I guess? Because, I mean, I don't think it's... Yeah, what's the balance? You just laughed without opening your mouth.
That was good, too. But, girl, I don't know. I mean, the balance is just there. I think at the end of the day, even if I'm not always showing it, I'm always saying it. Like, I'm always telling people, you know, I love them, or, you know, just whoever it is, I'm saying I love you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the balance.
Natural,
I would say. Try to be natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, period. And I think it's funny, like, when you talk about, like, stuff like that. Because maybe I just don't get that part of things. But, like, I feel like you show love to me all the time. So, like, maybe you're good at hiding it or something. I don't know.
No, I feel like I show love to everybody, but I just be wanting to drown
in it.
Yeah. Like, I just be wanting to do more for people than what I can do.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And not so like, oh, you can remember this when I'm gone, but more so just like, I just want to say I tried. You know, whatever I did, I tried. You know, if anything anybody can say about me is that I tried.
Yeah.
And not like, oh, I half did something. But I tried. That was good.
No, I get that. Because I think I feel the same way. Like, I want people to be able to be like, oh, she loved me.
Yeah.
Like, when, you know, even if I didn't, I don't know, do my best or whatever, like, I tried.
Yeah.
And that's all you can do is, like, just try. Keep trying.
And I know for you, the one thing that you want people to remember is that, you know, you are love. I think for me, it's just that I was here, like, through it all, like, through whatever it is, I was there. So nobody can say I wasn't there. I was there.
So when you say you were there, do you mean, like, there for?
Yeah, there for whatever situation, whether it was a phone call to where it was a quick phone call, but then turned into a whole 3-hour crying session or, you know, whatever the case may be. I was there just every trip almost for whoever.
That's good. I think that makes a lot of sense, actually. For you, like, I don't know what anybody else will say. But not even for how you were there for me, but just watching you, like, move throughout the world.
Yeah.
And, like, through life. I would say that would be exactly what people would say. Like, she was there.
Too.
Yeah. Like, for the students, for your clients, all that stuff, like, all the things.
I'll be there.
What they say? You don't even know the words.
Like, am I making it up?
I think that might be one of the parts. Anyways. Okay. That's it. That's all the questions I had.
That's all.
So, if you were to sum this all up, anything that you would say, anything you would say if you're talking to the world or talking to somebody who has experienced some of the things that you have experienced, what would you say?
I would say cry as much as you need to. Every process can feel like a never-ending process, but we have to take in the good. Despite it all, honestly, because, I mean, the world is evil. Death is inevitable. Evil is inevitable, too.
Yeah.
So I'll say taking the good. We have to. Taking the good while we can.
That's good. I think evil can easily consume. I'm not supposed to say anything after that. I'm just supposed to move on. But I feel like it can consume you a lot if you allow it to.
Yeah.
So, I agree.
I'll be a villain.
Anyways. What would I say? I would say just remembering that just because you experienced it doesn't mean that it was a cause of anything that you did. Because I think a lot of times in different situations we can blame, like, ourselves or, like, if I hadn't have done this or if I would have done that or whatever. Yeah. So I think just knowing that, like, what's happening in your life is not a direct reflection of something that you did. Now, are there situations that, you know, cause and effect? Yes. Yeah. But yeah, and I think there's also beauty in everything. There's a lesson. There's something good that's going to come out of, whether it's for you or for someone else, whatever the case may be. I do think that, you know, changing your perspective, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good one. That was good.
I feel like people have been able to see, like, what I deal with on a regular.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay. Well, thank you all for watching another episode of Let's Cry Together, where you're not required to cry, but if you want to. You definitely don't have to do it alone. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Keeyawn and I, for coming and talking. Sorry. Coming and sharing your heart with us, with me. As always, I love you so much. And I love y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. All the things the kids say. And we're out. Oh, I was copying you. Bye.
That's nice.
That was good.